Hey, I got a light, boy. Hey, I got a light. Hey, I got a light, boy.
Hi folks, just before I start this video I just thought I'd say when I first began this channel it was just called Kev Sal Rosie. I think we were doing videos about our motorhome that we had at the very beginning, and then I started putting my models on, and then I started this railway business, and really it just took off from there. I've got a fair few followers, you know, not huge amounts, and I've never really wanted to make any money out of it or anything like that. It's only just been for fun. But I think it's time I changed my photograph now, for one, as me and my wife have got a tiny bit older, and not only that, the name Kev Sal Rosie is a bit naff now these days, especially when it's all about models, so I'm going to change it. So I just thought I'd let you all know before I move on with this update. Anyway, let's get on with it. Hi folks, Norfolk Boy here, keep on the trashing, and we're here with the plane finally finished. It's not my best work, without a shred of a doubt. However, it looks okay, and it's going to be fine for putting up on the ceiling. I must sort out these walls at some point though, and get this archway that used to be part of, well, it is part of the old shed, but then the new one was built on. So yeah, that's going to hang up. It's already got a connection on, and if I just turn the lights out, you may just see in this light something happening. Yeah, it has that flashing, or that, which is rather cool. You can have either. Okay, so that's great. So my wife's got some, she's a bit of a crafter, so she's got, just switch the lights back on. She's got some catgut, some very, very thin catgut that I'm going to hang that up with. And because I done such a pretty, well, not an awful job, but not a great job, I've been working on another one, which was the British Airway, and this one is working out much better. Doing it very slowly and carefully, and putting it all together, and making sure that everything's sprayed first, and making sure that it's well dry before I try and do anything else to it. So I'm going to clear this here bench and carry on making my other one, and in the meantime I'm also going to be working on, it's just under there at the moment, the rest of my campsite. So rock and roll, let's do it. Okay, so the plane's in the air and the wire's pretty obvious, but never mind, eh? At the end of the day, excuse me, it's just a bit of fun. God, it was a nightmare, that. I don't know why, but it just was. But it's up there, it's kind of looking okay. I mean, all the walls have got to be clouds, and then I might be able to paint the wire the same colour, and you won't see it so badly. That's the thinnest cat wire that I could get hold of as well, catgut wire. But any old ways, when the light's out, you get a pretty good effect. Even though it's not very dark in here at the moment, you can see you know, the lights are working nicely. So there we are. That's my plane in mid-flight, looking really ridiculous with bits of wood behind it, but that'll all change hopefully as I move on with this whole setup. But I made it, it's up there, and it was fun, and that's all that matters. But anyway, that's the end of that. I'm going to carry on with creating my other plane, which will probably look a lot better when I hang it somewhere much more fun, say in the middle, and just hopefully with no wire on it, with lights going. So that's all over here now, and it's all looking much nicer than that one because I'm spending time on it, and that's what you have to do. So that's a good paint job done on that. They're all the bits and pieces here, and the grey wings are over here, all sprayed up and looking good. So yeah, the catgut was £1.7 catgut, but you don't really need that to hang a model plastic kit up with, that's for sure. 100 meters of, I don't know how thin this is, oh there you go, 0.08 millimeter. You might be able to get it a lot thinner, but believe me, tying that stuff is absolutely impossible. So you would really, if you're going to do it properly, and I wish I'd known now would be to glue them inside somewhere through a very small hole either end of wherever you were going to hang it, but doesn't really matter. I mean, at the end of the day, I'll just hang it like I did that one, but it'll look better because it hasn't got a wire coming out the back of it. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so I am finally finished with the British Airways plane, and now it's settling on its catgut. And you can now see that I spent an awful lot of time and labour of love on this thing. It was an absolute nightmare to do all those decals, but I think it's turned out really well. Much better than the other one that I did. It's much better painted, spent a lot of time on it. It's a very small model, so I think these smaller models are much more finicky and hard to do, but anyway, it was worth doing. It was really good fun. When I get the rest of this thing looking like a railway, when I've painted all the walls properly and put all those back scenery up properly again and all that kind of thing, I'm sure it'll look great. You know, those things on the back shelf there needs to disappear as well, really, I think. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, it's just a model. But at the end of the day, I like that. That's the British Airways plane, and then the one over here that's obviously German, which has got its lights in, which I put in for absolutely no reason at all, but I just thought I would. So that's both of these planes now done. The first plane I did turned out okay. It looks okay from a distance, and when it's in the dark and the lights are on, it looks great. But I much prefer my British Airways that I done, because I took much more time over it this time. I'm back into modelling again, so I'm really enjoying that. Excuse me. So the next thing to do is to get my lights working again that just aren't working. These walls painted, and of course, I keep saying it and I still haven't got round to it yet, but I must, which I've got down here at the moment, hiding underneath my campsite, which still needs finishing off. But at the moment, I've been having trouble with my trains anyway. This particular train, the Flying Scotsman, I'm going to have to replace soon with either that or another train, because it really has become quite unbearable. It really does derail itself a lot. Lots of bits and pieces have broken off the front of that for some reason. I don't think these were very well made, to be honest, and they were a lot of money to buy the set, about 120-30 quid I suppose for the actual. That was the first train I ever bought, by the way, with track and everything, and all the carriages came with it. But this old thing over here that somebody gave me is so ancient, yet it just runs like a dream, round and round and round. But this thing, I'll take that train off of that track, put it on here, and it's nothing to do with the track. I've tried checking every part of the track, and it's absolutely nothing to do with it. When this thing turns a corner, it just doesn't like it. It's got nothing to do with the actual curve or anything like that. It should be fine on this track. It's something to do with this front bit here that I've tried weight on, and that went for a little while. Then I noticed underneath that one of the screws were coming loose. I screwed that up, but it didn't really tighten itself very well. Then another bit snapped off. There was a couple of bits at the front that snapped off. To be honest, it's just a total mess now. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to replace, obviously, one of my trains, but never mind. All good and love and war. So we'll just plod on doing all this stuff. I just need to put that back over here, so I need to sort out all the lights on this next and everything. But that's just a small update of what I've done and a kind of tail end of what I was doing with the model aeroplane. So for now, over out, and hope to see you all again soon. Goodbye.
I got a load.